Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. In today's video, we're going to compare two of the biggest blockchain payment projects in the crypto market, XRP and Stellar, XLM. Many investors think these two projects are competitors, but very few people know that they actually share the same history. By the end of this video, you'll understand why many analysts believe Stellar could have incredible long-term growth potential, and why some of the world's biggest financial companies are already building on its blockchain. Let's start from the beginning. Ripple was launched back in 2012 with one primary goal: to bring global payments and financial transactions onto the blockchain. However, Ripple was designed mainly for banks, payment providers, and large financial institutions. Its mission has always been to improve cross-border payments for enterprises rather than everyday users. A few years later, in 2014, Ripple's co-founder, Jed McCaleb, realized there was another opportunity. He believed blockchain technology shouldn't only benefit banks, it should also be available to ordinary people, small businesses, and anyone who wants fast and affordable global payments. Because of this vision, he sold his XRP holdings and launched a completely new blockchain called Stellar. Interestingly, Stellar was originally developed using Ripple's early source code. That is why many people still describe Stellar as an XRP copy. However, as the project matured, the developers completely rebuilt the blockchain from scratch, making Stellar an independent network with its own technology and ecosystem. Today, both projects have different goals. Ripple continues focusing on financial institutions, while Stellar is designed to make blockchain-based payments accessible to everyone. This strategy has helped Stellar attract several major organizations, including PayPal, MoneyGram, Franklin Templeton, and many other financial companies that use or support applications built on the Stellar network. This naturally raises an important question. If XRP is already one of the largest payment cryptocurrencies in the world, could Stellar actually deliver greater long-term growth? Let's examine some of the biggest reasons investors are paying attention to this project. One of the most important factors in any cryptocurrency is tokenomics. Imagine owning 100 rare collectible coins. If 10 additional coins are released into the market every month, the total supply keeps increasing. As more coins become available, selling pressure usually increases because some holders decide to sell the newly released supply. Over time, this can limit price growth. This is one of the concerns many investors discuss when talking about XRP. Ripple has a maximum supply of 100 billion tokens, with more than 60 billion already circulating. Additional XRP is periodically released from escrow. Although Ripple often returns some unused tokens back into escrow, the market always knows that more supply can eventually become available. This creates uncertainty and continuous selling pressure because traders expect new coins to enter circulation. Stellar follows a different approach. The network originally had approximately 105 billion XLM tokens. However, the Stellar Development Foundation permanently burned around 55 billion tokens. Those coins can never return to circulation. As a result, Stellar's effective supply dropped to roughly 50 billion XLM, creating a much stronger supply structure. Basic economics tells us that when supply remains limited while demand continues increasing, prices usually have a better chance of appreciating over time. Of course, limited supply alone is not enough. User adoption must continue growing for demand to increase. But if Stellar keeps attracting more users, developers, businesses, and financial institutions, its tokenomics become a major advantage. Another interesting feature of Stellar is how its network encourages long-term participation. Whenever users create wallets and interact with the blockchain, a small amount of XLM remains reserved within those accounts. As more people join the network, more tokens become locked inside the ecosystem instead of remaining freely available on exchanges. This gradually reduces the circulating supply available for trading. If demand continues rising while available supply becomes smaller, the market could experience stronger upward price pressure over the long term. This is one reason many investors closely monitor Stellar's network growth rather than focusing only on its daily price movements. Blockchain data also shows encouraging trends. As Stellar adoption increases, the amount of value secured on the network has continued growing. This suggests that more capital is flowing into the ecosystem, and more users are actively using Stellar's blockchain. Strong network activity often reflects healthy long-term fundamentals, because blockchain value ultimately depends on real-world usage rather than speculation alone. Another major advantage frequently mentioned by investors is regulatory clarity. One of the biggest risks facing cryptocurrencies has always been government regulation. Whenever regulators classify a digital asset as a security instead of a commodity, legal uncertainty increases. This often discourages institutions from investing or building products around that blockchain. We've already seen how regulatory challenges affected XRP over the past few years. Legal disputes created uncertainty and negatively impacted investor confidence for an extended period. Stellar, however, has generally benefited from a clearer regulatory position. According to the source material, Stellar has been recognized as a digital commodity, giving institutions greater confidence when building financial products on the network. This matters because banks, payment companies, and investment firms prefer technologies with lower legal risk. The more regulatory certainty a blockchain has, the easier it becomes for large organizations to adopt it. As governments continue introducing new cryptocurrency regulations, projects with stronger compliance and clearer legal status could gain a significant advantage over competitors. This is one of the reasons many long-term investors continue watching Stellar very closely. So far, Stellar has demonstrated several characteristics that make it stand out. It offers a tighter token supply after its massive token burn, growing network adoption that locks more XLM over time, increasing blockchain activity, and stronger regulatory clarity that could encourage institutional participation. These are only the first few reasons why Stellar continues attracting attention across the cryptocurrency industry. In the next part, we'll discuss its partnerships with major financial companies, its expanding role in real-world assets, the growth of its ecosystem, and why many analysts believe Stellar could become one of the leading blockchain payment networks over the coming years. Now let's continue with some of the biggest reasons why many analysts believe Stellar could become one of the strongest blockchain payment networks in the coming years. One of the biggest trends shaping the future of cryptocurrency is the tokenization of real-world assets, often called RWAs. This includes assets such as government bonds, treasury funds, stablecoins, stocks, and many other traditional financial products being transferred onto blockchain networks. Many experts believe this will become one of the largest opportunities in the crypto industry over the next decade. However, tokenization requires more than just blockchain technology. It also requires trust, compliance, security, and infrastructure that large financial institutions are willing to use. This is where Stellar has started attracting significant attention. According to the source material, one of the most important organizations supporting blockchain-based settlement is the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, commonly known as DTCC. This organization plays a critical role in processing and settling financial transactions within the United States. Instead of selecting Ripple's blockchain, DTCC has chosen to build part of its blockchain infrastructure using Stellar technology. While this system is expected to become fully operational in the future, the decision itself demonstrates that one of the world's largest financial settlement organizations recognizes the potential of Stellar's blockchain. This is an important milestone because it shows that major institutions are looking beyond speculation and focusing on blockchain networks capable of handling real financial activity. Another reason investors continue watching Stellar is its rapidly expanding ecosystem. When evaluating any blockchain project, one useful metric is total value locked, commonly known as TVL. This measures how much value is secured within decentralized applications and protocols built on the blockchain. Generally speaking, increasing TVL indicates growing user confidence and expanding network activity. According to the source material, Ripple's blockchain currently holds a relatively small amount of total value locked compared to Stellar. Meanwhile, Stellar has continued seeing steady growth in its ecosystem, with more than $200 million locked across its network. Although TVL should never be the only factor used when evaluating a cryptocurrency, increasing locked value often suggests stronger adoption and greater participation from users and developers. Another impressive statistic mentioned in the source material is Stellar's global reach.